Good morning, everybody. Resale Rabbit here. It's a few minutes before 7 a.m. Wednesday, the 17th of March. It's time to get started on the second half of the warehouse sale. We're opening up at $3 per item. First, I need to get some pallets down. So I cleared a little bit of space. I need to get that pallet down. It's Bullseye's playground. I need to get that pallet down. Hopefully I can maneuver the forklift into here. So two things. Number one, you're darn right, I put my phone on the forks and moved a pallet. And number two, forklift just cut out. I think I ran out of gas. I really wish there was some sort of gauge on it that could tell me. There isn't. So I'm gonna have to go run and fill up that propane tank so we can get that pallet off. But anyways, I need to do my morning video for potential customers. All exchanged for a new one, $54. You see that highway there? I'm right on the other side of it. That's how close we are. So the guy I bought this forklift from, by the way, a lot of confusion in the last video when I said I sold the forklift. I didn't sell this forklift. I sold the one that I got in a storage unit. Anyway, so the guy I bought it from, he told me that he always goes to a place maybe about 15 minutes away, 10 minutes away. Probably because they refilled it rather than swapped it out. However, now we've got a fuel gauge. The other one, that was broken, didn't work. So now we'll know before it runs out. Plus, I could literally walk this over to where I got it. It's that close. It's like, make a right, go under the bridge, which is right across the street from us, and it's right on the other side of the bridge. Good to go for a while now. So these are ready for Christmas. I'm gonna get them up on the racks. I wrapped them just so they don't tip over. This was the original wrap that was on it. These I'm not too worried about. I just labeled exactly what's on them because they are going to be put up on the rack for a good 6 months or so. 6 months, maybe 8, something like that. We'll probably end up selling them first week of December. So wanted to make sure to label them. And that's where they will live until December. Now, since I took this pallet down, I was gonna say this is the blue bowls. I was gonna save these for the next sale, but I might put them out. There are 3 inner cases of 12, which would, at $3 each, that'd be $9 a box. So that's more than we were getting. I think they started moving around 7, really started flying at 6. Might have sold out at 6, maybe 5, I don't remember. But so even today and tomorrow, tomorrow we get 6 for a case. So we'll put these out, try and get rid of them. So as it turns out, this pallet is different. They're wider, they're shallower, and they're teal. So at least people aren't gonna be like, why were you selling these in higher quantities before? They're different, don't need to worry about that. And the bottom, I think, is bar stools. Those, I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but they're definitely not going on the sale. So we've been having a problem with people bringing this up and thinking it's 99 cents. Sometimes this is an S, so I can kind of see it, But come on, seriously. They don't think it's 99 cents. They're just trying to pull something. So I made these. These are not price tags. There's no price on this label. And the way I did that is I just peeled a couple off the product and stuck it to a blank sheet of paper and made copies. And then from there, I made this with everything offset to the left and then print them on these sheets. So remember how hot it was the other day? It's not hot out anymore. All right, now time to run to the store and get some rock salt. Who would have thought we'd need that again? Like, it's been shorts weather for the past 2 weeks. 45 to 55 every day, even a couple into the 60s. Now we got big old chunky snow. Chunky snow. So I shoveled it out, but once you shovel it, it's super slick, so I gotta put some salt down and hope and pray no one slips between now and when I come back. So here's another one we're doing. We got a ton of these. Probably should have done this sooner. I just took that picture with my phone here. And then there's a website. I don't even know what the website is. I just Googled remove background. It was the first one. Fairly simple. Would have been nice if I had some better lighting, but no big deal. It gets the point across. Yes, that's right. I'm working on a project right now that ended up being a lot more of a project than I was expecting. By the way, this wood is wood that I found in the dumpster. And if you're worried about dust collection here, because the dust is just shooting out the back, this was already here, this workbench, when I moved in. I just randomly set my saw here a second ago. So what I'm doing is I'm measuring off the same board because there might be a slight variance in sizes, and obviously precision isn't as important as building like furniture or something. But the reason I'm measuring off the same board is because every time, if you go like a millimeter or two over, and then you measure off the next one, and the next one, next thing you know, you're an inch off. Oh, that was bad. There we go. So always measure off the same board. Don't forget your safety glasses. As ridiculous as they look, you'll be happy that you have them. And all of this wood I found in the dumpsters, brand new wood. It's just cut-offs a few months ago. It's nice having scraps laying around for stuff like this. I wish I had one of those fancy saws with the laser guide. That sure would be nice. So I've got these boxes of hand sanitizer, and they have these tall backs that were hanging them on the side of a shelf at Target. Well, now with this wood, it's tiered and it looks much nicer, although one of these is warped, so it's really wiggly. So I might cut one more. I think that's the warped one. It's one of these two. But now it looks so much nicer. And then I'll use one of these for all, they're a bunch of silicone holders, which you'll see in a moment. So here are the hand sanitizers, and I've got a whole bunch more down here. Here are the holders. Some of these are Christmas, but then you get stuff like this. You know, watermelons. You got a cupcake, a robot. I might actually pull the Christmas ones out. I know I saw cameras in here too. I think I'm gonna pull the Christmas ones out. Now, I'm gonna redo this because these are $5. I've got 50 cents invested into each one. I can't justify selling them for 50 cents. So that's what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna remake this. It's just hand sanitizers, 2 for $1. And then I will do the holders, probably whatever the day's price is. And I replaced the warped one with 2 small scraps. This thing's this is really warped. I don't know how well it shows up on camera. So it's probably gonna go in the burn pit. Now, this is just a crude thing I threw together, but I'll probably keep these because I like this tiered setup. So I will probably do something a little bit nicer with these. Maybe screw them together, put a little back lip so it doesn't slide off, and paint them. And make sure the cuts are a little more even. Some of these I didn't cut. I only cut the ones that were way too long. But it'll be a permanent solution, and we can use these for many warehouse sales to come, for all sorts of other little things. I'm even laminating them. That way they're a little stiffer. And why did I make 2? Oh, I could have laminated them together. Oh well, I'm double siding it. But that way it's just a little stiffer when it's taped to the display. And lastly, I need to make an item. By the way, $6,700, 1 hour to go. So first we're gonna come up here and click items. And then create an item. Name 1OZ, wait. 2 1OZ. I'm typing with one hand because I didn't think to grab my tripod. Hand sanitizer. No category, no description, no SKU, price, $1. And I believe that's all I need. And then I'm gonna get a picture. So actually, you know what? I might be able to, let's go back in here. I always like to have a picture so you can see it, so they can figure it out a little bit better. Let's see. That looks good enough. That's the picture I used for the thing. Oops. All right, done. That way they can have a visual on the icon. And then we just have to add it to the screen, and that's done on the register. So I'm pretty much done organizing. Everyone says they want to see what it looks like before I organize when it's trash, but we literally just, the last customer just left. I start doing this before we close. But here's something interesting. So this is kind of what you see with candles, even when they're on the table. So I set them up like this, much better. All right, so we are slammed today. It is, I keep thinking it's Saturday, Thursday, March 18th. Fun fact, someone took our carbon monoxide detector off the wall and broke the battery cover, and I had to dig around for like 10 minutes to find the battery cover. Garbage. So I haven't been filming much today for 2 reasons. Number 1, I am absolutely exhausted. I was up till 11 last night, and I had no business being up past like 8. And 2, we were being bombarded today. We might actually already be over 10 grand. If not, it will be by the end of the day. You know, we started, it was just crazy busy when we first started, and then it just died. We had like 8 people inside, and I was like, oh, come on, not another day with slow traffic. Well, the traffic showed up. We didn't really have much of a line. There were occasions where there was a line outside, but it has been steady all day long, non-stop. You know, what we're doing at this point is I'm just cutting open these Dollar General boxes and putting them on the table. And next time I go out, half of them are empty, so I have to do it again, which is good. I'm not complaining, but that's why I haven't been filming much. So tomorrow is Dollar Day, and I think I'm gonna pull the row of clothes racks near the Home Depot stuff and put pallets out. There's a couple that I'm thinking of offhand. First off, this is a pallet of flip-flops from Dollar General. It's mostly these cheap foam ones, but there's nicer shoes in here too, comparatively speaking, of course. There's nothing like super nice in here, but compared to that, there's nicer stuff. So I'm thinking we'll fill one of these Gaylords up with shoes. Additionally, and this one I'm kind of kicking myself a little bit with, but this pallet with the sheets of cardboard on top, that's Halloween candy. We forgot to put any of that out. So we'll do a pallet of that. We got a lot of this Bullseye's Playground too. We could probably do in a Gaylord. And then there was, clothing. We've got, here, let's take a walk. Hope that turn didn't just make you dizzy. Let's take a walk over here. I don't know if I showed this room yet. I've showed the room, but I don't know if I showed what exactly I have in it at the moment. Oh, this building is so big. It takes 20 minutes to walk places. So this room is filled with clothing, mostly unhung. I think this is the only one that's not on hangers. So my thought process is just take all of this and just fill Gaylord. People like to dig through the clothes and we don't like to hang them. There's some empty boxes. Tim is like a mouse. He leaves his little Tim droppings everywhere like that. But he's a hard worker though. I have to say that because I make jokes like that and everyone assumes that I'm just sitting there ragging on Tim and that he's a terrible employee. He's not. He's a great employee. He just frustrates me sometimes. But anyways, so that is a pallet. So that's kind of the plan there. I like my old trailer that I no longer own. I bought this new. It folds up. And then like 2 months later, I bought the enclosed trailer and this just sat. So I sold it to the neighbor for like 25 bucks less than I paid. I think I paid like $5.50. Anyways, that's pretty much all I have to show you. People were asking what candles I saved for myself or for Mrs. Rabbit. They're for me. Christmas, butter. That is all I need. This is my pile of stuff going home, stuff for the new house. So that is kind of the plan there. I'll show you how much we've emptied out back here. You can see there's a big hole right here. So these Dollar General pallets went from the wall over to that row and came all the way out to one pallet in front of this. We've gone through about half of them. I've got somebody who might be buying 2 pallets tomorrow. And I started telling him, this is what you're gonna expect from him. He's like, oh, I bought Dollar General pallets before. So at least I know that's gonna, be okay. I told him $4.50 a piece. I make like 120 bucks profit on each one. But I said you can't buy too many because we need them for the sale. We're starting to build a pallet of kettles here. That's all that's on here for the next sale. And then I've got a pallet here behind the garbage of stuff that we're saving for $10 a day for the next sale as well. Oh, what is this? Why did we not put that out earlier? I told him like $20 and under we'll put in the sale. Well, anyways, I think these will be a hit tomorrow. So that is where we are at. The rest of the place doesn't look too much different. So once again, I am absolutely exhausted. We've got like an hour. We've got 45 minutes left. Oh, Tim needs me up there. That was 33 minutes ago though. So let me double check that wasn't, he doesn't still need me because I was just up there. Anyways, I still have to go to the mall. They're about to tear down a mall in town here, and it's a movie theater in there that I grew up. There were days where I went to that theater and saw 7 movies in one day. That was my stomping grounds. They're selling everything. I want to buy the marquee sign for the theater and a bunch of theater seats. And I have to go there and at least pick it out and pay tonight. And then Mrs. Rabbit found a vintage shuffleboard game, like the big ones that you see in bars and whatnot. It looks super old. It's got bowling pins hanging and everything. It looks really cool. Someone's giving it away for free. And it's in a basement. So we need to haul it out. The thing's probably 800 pounds. So we're bringing a few people there, but holy crap, I'm not looking forward to that, being this exhausted. So yeah, that was an older message. Apparently, he said someone who knew me, so I'm assuming a viewer was here and wanted to meet me. And, well, I didn't see his text, so that's unfortunate. So sorry if you missed me. Here's something that I was thinking about. I never notice messages when they need me because I'm busy back here. And, we don't have everybody doesn't have everybody's number. And Eli, I don't even think he has a phone. So here's what I was thinking. Get a little, a light or a lamp or something that plugs into a wall. That's a light. Strobe light would be even better. And plug that in, but have one of those radio sensors where, you have the light switch. For people who have a lamp, but they want to put it on a light switch. You have the little light switch that sticks to the wall, and it will wirelessly turn on the lamp. put the switch behind the counter, and then put a couple of lamps or strobe lights or something around here. That way, if y'all need me, or you need someone who's back here, you just flip the switch and they start going off. I'm thinking strobe lights because they're a little bit more noticeable. Then you know to go there and see what they need. It just depends on how far it reaches. I don't really want to run electrical all the way across here to do that because that's going to be expensive, but I feel like that would be a good solution. We tried walkie-talkies and nah, that didn't work. So, I don't know. I've got some brainstorming. I've got a whole bunch of ideas that I want to jump into for the next sale and subsequent sales, and that's one of them. And here's our finish to the day, 10,453. Good morning. It is Friday, dollar day. I'm tired. I was once again up late. I suppose I can show you what I was up to, why I was up so late. Mrs. Rabbit found something on Facebook Marketplace for free, so we had to go down and get it. Well, first of all, after the sale ended, I took a trip down to the East Town Mall, which is going to be torn down very soon. I got myself a couple of mementos. This is the mall I grew up going to, so I'm sad to see it go. So among other things, this was by the entrance. Thank you for shopping at East Town Mall. And then a bulletin board here. I got these. I got this. This actually came out of Office Max, which is a store I bought out, but they wouldn't sell me any of their signage. Well, they shouldn't have left that behind then. And then some of these that were on the light posts that they would put up. And then I also got that. They spent $170 for all of this. There was a couple other things that I need to go pick up today yet, but this was the bulk of it. And then after I was done with that, we drove an hour away to pick this up. It's mostly covered up, and it's gonna stay covered up, but it's a very old bowling game. As you can see, the pins hanging down there. A very old, like 1950s bowling shuffleboard style game. We got it for free, so that's fun. And then by the time we got home, I hadn't eaten anything since lunch, so I had to have some dinner. We got home, ate, sat for a minute, and by the time I went to bed, it was 10:30. I'm tired. I woke up at 4:30. It's time to get set up. There, I put this part in here just for safekeeping. The glass display that goes on the back of it. How cool is that? Even if this thing isn't fixable and is trash, which I don't think is the case, that piece alone would be worth framing and hanging up because that is really cool. So I left at 4:45. Tim stayed here for a while to set up. Oh, look at this. So this is the candy. I was thinking of Gaylord, not just a stack of boxes, but whatever. We've got sandals. We get some boxes so people can toss some sandals in. We've got bras, apparel, and apparel so people can dig. And then I started on this table yesterday. I didn't bring anything out. This is just the stuff that was on the table. The goal is to get everything in bins and boxes like this, with some exceptions. Here's some more exceptions. That way we can start bringing out more boxes and throwing them on the table. The floors, we need to go through and add more boxes, consolidate some of these boxes and whatnot. I don't think that's getting touched today. And then of course I need to do signs. My hand sanitizer basically sold out. I think I still have some in the back. We got these pink buckets. I can't tell you how many warehouse sales these have been in. Hopefully we'll sell out this time because it's gonna be Easter soon-ish. So that's where we're at today. Let's get this done. All right, 1 hour till video time. We cleared all this space under the table here. Take a walk over here. I didn't really do anything under the table here. Cleared a little bit of space here. Organized that better. Cleared this space, and again, I didn't really do anything under the table. These were a hit yesterday at $2. The two, they came on a Target pallet, and they're 3 retail. So that was pretty awesome. These, I'd say maybe I've got a little less than a third and a little more than a third left. Still, no one bought the Swiffer sign. Yeah, so now it's time to just start refilling these up. So I'm thinking with this, I really don't want to reorganize it or anything. I'm just gonna cut off the tops of the top boxes. And I'm grabbing my stretch wrap because that's not for sale. And we should be all right. And the sand sanitizer has been refilled. Put one there because I didn't feel like bringing it to the back. I think this is it for the green ones though. Also had to refill these ones over here. All right, it's about 7, time to start with the video. I opened up the candy. I didn't do much over here. I just kind of threw some boxes that were on the floor up here, just so there was something. I will get that afterwards. Over here, we're really filled up. I don't think I showed you this. The last that Melissa and Doug loaded are these bunnies. I was saving them because of Easter. More odds and ends. More stuff over there. Hopefully they photograph well, because I'm looking at this video and all you really see is cardboard. And when you see that, you can't really tell. So the pictures will have to be from up above like that. And then shoes over here. Brand new shoes for $1. I don't know if we're gonna try to go through the whole pallet, but we'll get rid of some. Especially these, because they're all the same size. These, I'm a little more lenient on holding back because it's an assortment of sizes. So anyways, time to get the video going. Trying to focus on now is just stuff that's kind of on the floor rather than stuff that's on pallets. This one, there was a light bulb broke in it, so we need to go through it a little more carefully. I wrote that on there so no one accidentally puts it out. But rather than pallets, we're trying to just clear off the floor here. That's gonna make a huge difference moving forward when we're doing this. Not just here, and it looks like a mess, but we cleared off, you know, those 2 pallets, and then I replaced them. That was already empty. Half that, some of that. That was 2 pallets stacked up. There's a pallet down there that's gone. That pallet's gone. That pallet's gone. That pallet's half gone. That pallet's gone. So we cleared off. Oh, there was a pallet there. That's gone. And then I replaced it. So, I mean, we're clearing stuff off the racks, too. And then everything that was along here is gone. And we replaced it with these when they came in. And kind of the same thing over here. You know, I want to get this stuff. This is Dollar Day stuff when I was pulling stuff yesterday. Stuff on the floor here, around here, over here. So before we get to the pallets, it's a lot easier if we've actually, you know, kind of gotten the floor cleared off. You know, that pallet we cleared off and we started stacking those on there. Curious, did you guys just notice a change in my voice a couple seconds ago? I was always curious if there was a difference in the sound of these videos when I'm wearing a mask and when I'm not, because I took it off at some point while I was in here showing you things. Anyway, so that is what I'm trying to do now. What's in here? Oh, yeah, that's... I keep forgetting. I want to send this to liquidation. By that, I mean like my JLN Distributing page. Waiting on a magnet to take these off. So we're going to have a lot of Dollar General clothes for a future sale. I ordered one, and it didn't work. It was made for tags. It didn't say which type. Didn't work for these. So I ordered another one, and 2 months later, it still hasn't arrived. So I had to do a chargeback to get my money back. Company, it was just some random website. And lastly, my guess is they shipped it from China, and in like a year, I'll finally receive it. Lastly, I just ordered another one, I think on Amazon this time. But it still hasn't arrived. My guess is that's also being shipped from China. It's very hard to find them. A lot of people say just a regular strong magnet would work, and I'm sure they would. What is this? Oh, I saw that and thought there were like ears hanging off the hat. I got excited. So anyways, yeah, I'm sure any magnet would work, but we have hundreds of these we need to remove. We want to do it in an efficient way. So I'm trying to find the one that's made to remove them that the retail stores use. So that's all I have to say about that. We're gonna be left with a ton of these light bulbs. I don't know what I want to do with them. I mean, we'll put some of them out, but I don't think they're gonna sell. And I don't think if I've made a pallet of them, they would sell. Oh, by the way, I tried these. They're good. They're basically Cocoa Puffs, but shaped a little different. Nothing I'm too excited about. That's not the one I tried. There were 2 boxes. So that's about all I have to say. So I'm putting underwear out. The intent was to sell all of these in the last sale. We even sold a bunch on bag day, but I ended up pulling them the first hour in of bag day. And the reason was because people were taking them out of these boxes and just putting the underwear in, and that irritated me. So they lost their underwear privileges, and I pulled them all. So now we're putting them out, and they're flying out the door at $1. Just like that. I mean, we sold 2.5 pallets. I think they were about as tall as me on Dollar Day last time. Normally, I don't like having the same inventory in multiple sales, though, which is why I was willing to sell it out on bag day. But they lost their privileges, and we are adding that to the rules for this sale. No taking items out of boxes or packages. Another major issue with that was they were making a huge mess. You know, empty packages all over the place. So that annoyed me. It is just about 4, and I'm exhausted. I've been running on fumes all day. I would probably go right to sleep after this. We cleared off this entire wall. That's summer, that's Christmas, and that's being held for the next sale. These 2 are just cardboard, and that's a piece of furniture, and those ink refills. And these all have these security tags on them. So all this is cleared off. Let's see if we can get a rough idea how many full pallets we have untouched yet. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I think 12 pallets, Dollar General, and 2 of them are sold and getting picked up. So that's actually 10. And then we've got these 6 pallets here of sorted stuff. Sorted is putting it lightly. But we know it doesn't have any $10 stuff in it. So I think we can get through at least most of it tomorrow. Might have a couple left over, I don't know. We'll be able to get through a good deal of it. We're done for the day. We did 8,100. I'm going home and going to bed. It is Friday. Yesterday was Friday. It is Saturday. I'm like halfway alive right now. I did get a decent night's sleep last night. I went to bed at 8, so I feel so much better. I'm still kind of exhausted and out of it. I did most of the reset yesterday. It's kind of a mess, but as far as condensing boxes and whatnot, so I cleared a little bit of space on the end there. I think a little bit in here. We need to redo shoes and clean this up a little bit. But what I've been doing this morning is condensing this Home Depot stuff down. So I got rid of 3 of these tubs by just dumping stuff into other ones. And then emptied out this whole area. So that helps. Look at all this trash. This was me. This wasn't customers. This is me Just when I see loose trash on top of the boxes, I'm just tossing it on the ground and I'll come around and get it later. This area seems to be a catch-all for everything. I'm finding so much makeup and shoes and all sorts of stuff in here. I'm sure there's much more. But now I need to fill in this. Wait, is there stuff in here? There is. That can go in here. I need to fill this in. And then these little spaces that I have. We did a really good job on keeping tables stocked. Looks like someone wanted to test. I don't understand why people need to test spray paint. You see this in the store. Go to the spray paint aisle of any store. The shelves are covered in that. I don't understand the need to test it. I just don't get it. But anyways, I was actually at a store the other day, and they had a sign along their multicolored shelves that said, please do not spray the spray paint onto the shelves or something like that. And people had sprayed the spray paint onto the sign as well as the shelves. And some of you don't believe me when I say people are garbage. So anyways, we'll pick this place up a little bit, get a few boxes on there. It's gonna be pretty easy to get set up, and we'll be good to go. I don't need to replace signs because everything is still $1 each today. I also don't need to change any prices in the system. It should be fairly easy. The candy went down fast. People went crazy over it. They were digging in bottom boxes. That one looks just about empty. People loved having the candy out, so that's good. Got rid of it. It's all Halloween candy, so I don't want to save it until next Halloween because I'm sure it'll be past date. I don't actually see a date on here anywhere. But nonetheless, I'd rather not be selling stale Halloween candy. Yeah, 6/15. Oh, of 23, so maybe it would still be in date. Either way, there's going to be a lot more candy on the Halloween pallets, so let's just get rid of this. I'm okay with that. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Just moving product. Let me show you how many. We've got so many stacks of boxes like this all over the building. This is what it's like not having a baler. They're everywhere. There's another one. Here's another one. Walking back over here. There's more there. There's more here. I've got another one there that is flattened, a pallet of those. Oh, behind there's a flattened pallet of boxes. In that office there, full of apparel, there's another pile. And then back in here, we've got, that's boxes. That's boxes, that's boxes, and I'm sure there's some more scattered around. It's really sad that the baler went down during the sale because I'm pretty sure I've told Tim at least 25 times the first couple of days, I'm so glad we have a baler. This is the best thing I've ever bought. And then it goes down. I'm gonna stop enjoying things, then they'll continue working. All right, I'm gonna get back to work. One thing we've learned is on these dollar days, people load up so much stuff, it's easier just to box it rather than bag it. So we put the empty boxes up there, as well as some behind each register. That way, it's much easier for both the customer and for us. So if you're ever wondering why there's always a bunch of boxes there, this is, oh, I can't talk. This is just at the end of the sale on dollar day. You do use a little on $2 day and bag day a little bit as well, but mostly dollar day is when these get used up. So we're all set up. I just need to refill the cash drawers. We open in half an hour. But, oh, one other thing. I hired a buddy of mine to work the door today. That way we're not as stressed, running registers and making sure we're keeping 25 people. And anyways, so in a previous video, I had to take my truck in and get some work done on it, a couple of recalls, and they gave me a Jeep as a loaner. And I pointed out how it seemed weird that the window switches were in the dash, in the center, rather than on the windows. I can't tell you how many people in the comments said I'm uneducated, or I'm an idiot, or yada, 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 insult after insult. It's because the doors come off. Explain to me this. Why do you need to open the windows when you have no doors on the vehicle? Now, one person did say it had to do with the wiring because it's easier to unhook the wires when you take the doors off, but that doesn't make sense either. Because right now you have a wire coming from the dash to the door, from the switch to the door. Whereas if the switch was on the door, all the wiring would be self-contained within the door. The only wire you would really need to remove is the electrical wire that runs from the battery to the motor. I still don't see any reason why you would have the switches on the center console. It doesn't make sense to me. You don't need to open the windows when the doors are disconnected, and all the wiring would be self-contained within the door had they been on the door. Makes zero sense to me. And I don't believe this is because I'm uneducated or an idiot. But anyways, the only thing that I could possibly think of is that it's to make manufacturing easier for overseas where people drive on the right side instead of the left side of the vehicle. And, you know, I've seen that in other vehicles too. And it's stupid. Just make a separate door panel for European vehicles. And I think Australia does the same thing, drives on the wrong side of the road. Just do that, like every other car in the world. But if that's not the case, then I have no clue why they would possibly do that. So continue with the insults, because every comment down there, whether it's an insult or not, it helps my videos. So here is my total sales, 64,217. That's with tax? Yeah, with sales tax, the 3,500 sales tax. So 64,817 so far. I need 6,204 to match my best sale ever. I need 6,205 to beat it, and I think that'll happen today. And then, of course, we've got bag day tomorrow, but we don't make a lot of money during bag day. Interesting thing here, if you look here, the 8 o'clock hour is always our highest amount of sales. But we usually don't have a single sale until about 8:15 or 8:20 because everybody comes in and they're digging, grabbing product, filling their carts and baskets and everything. So we usually don't have someone come to the checkout until 15 to 20 minutes after we open. And it's still the highest hour of the day. Isn't that interesting? And then the upper graph is this month, our daily sales and sales per day of the week, which is really going to vary. I mean, Monday and Tuesday were never open. Wednesday is never a great day. Sunday is never a great day. But also, like Thursday, for instance, we have a $5 day. No. We have a $10 day on Thursday. And then what was Thursday this week? That was 2 days ago. 2 or 3? I think it was $2 day. So obviously that's going to be very different since we have a completely different price point each week. But it's still interesting to look at. Thursdays are always strong for us. I expect Saturday to be very strong. And that might be total sales rather than, yeah, that's going to be total sales, not average sales. So I got case-packed Christmas food, mostly candy, some cookies. Down here, the bottom box is all Russell Stover, so that'll be a good one. And then this one I'm saving because I think these are worth a lot more than $1. And if I don't sell them, I'll keep them because I love those things. But basically, this box is full of case-packed Christmas candy and cookies. I'm struggling right now. The candy, every bit of it looked good. The sugar wafers, the fruit gummies with Christmas flavors, and the chocolates. Oh, I want it so bad. It's really hard for me to not eat candy, but I can't eat too much sweets because, as we saw last time when the Walgreens stuff came, it's gonna give me the shakes and make me sick, and I can't work this sale with a tummy ache. So yesterday I kept saying I wasn't too thrilled with the sales because the last warehouse sale dollar day did 14 grand. Turns out dollar day did, hold on, 10,000, about 400. So still quite a bit more than we did, but not as much more. The 14 grand was $2 day the day before. So I ran through some numbers and did this. This is each dollar day we've done since August, and I noted if it was the only dollar day or this sale and the last one we did $2 days, so first and second. So total sales, the number of transactions, and the average spent per transaction to try and figure out if we have less customers or if people who are here are spending less or what the deal might be. The last one is today. It's only 10:44. It was like 10:41 when I did this. So I ran the total numbers so far between transactions and sales and extrapolated that as if it was equal for a full day. So anyways, that would have today being the worst, but of course it's Saturday. It could pick up later as people are sleeping in. But one thing worth note, yesterday, 85.47 is actually our second highest dollar day, shy of only August 15th, or just ahead of August 15th. Additionally, it is our second highest number of transactions at 256. Did I do that right? No, it's not the second highest now. So we are significantly lower on transactions. The last sale we had over about 100 people more each day, which is quite a difference. But it is, however, our second highest. That's what I was looking at. That's what I had our second highest for average transaction. And today is looking to be pretty comparable. So, but significantly less people. So sometimes it's nice to just have the numbers and visualize them, have them in front of you. And this is just data that I pulled from my POS. So I've been doing some thinking for the past 20 minutes, trying to figure out what the issue is. Obviously, it's not that we don't have good stuff because people are spending more now than the last sale. It's not that we don't have enough customers because all day yesterday, from the moment we opened until the moment we closed, we had a line out the door. So we were at full capacity all day. So why are we still having less customers? We figured out it's obviously people are spending longer in here. They're spending a lot longer, which is allowing less people in. And then, you know, people pull up, they see the long line, they leave. So we need to get people out the door faster. So I sat there trying to figure out what's different. And this is the conclusion I came to. The last sale, this is why I love doing these videos, because I actually went back and watched the video of the last sale. The last sale, everything was organized. Here's a box of health and beauty. Here's a box of cosmetics. Here's a box of clothes. Here's a box of this. Here's a box of that. So you can go through it much quicker. Whereas right now, the boxes basically look like this. Now they're not as tall as these. You know, they're about that size. But you know, just looking in here. Okay, adult diapers, cosmetics, office supplies, home decor, other cosmetic stuff, party supplies, washcloths. You come over here, toys, party supplies, I guess toys, apparel, health and beauty, cosmetics. So the issue is everybody who's in here, they spend a lot longer because they have to dig through all these boxes. They can't just walk up and go, oh, that's toys, I don't need it. Oh, that's cosmetics, I don't need it. Oh, party supplies, let me grab some of those. So they take longer to go through here. So here's my thoughts. I've already been toying with the idea of hiring another person. So Ben just started and he worked at, well, I'm not gonna say where he worked. I don't know if he wants me to say that, but he worked at a company that went out of business and no longer exists. So that's how I brought him on. There was another person that he worked with and he said she's looking for work, she's a hard worker and whatnot. And I said, well, we don't really have room. This is about 2 weeks ago. So I told him, you know, see if she's still looking for work. I want to hire another person. I want this person's job to be 100% exclusively warehouse sale. You see, we all do the warehouse sale, but we all have our own jobs. You know, I'm doing building pallets and selling them, doing administrative work. Tim's doing eBay, Ben's doing his own thing, and then we all stop what we're doing about 2 weeks before the sale starts and start sorting pallets, getting stuff out on the sales floor, and then running the sale. I want somebody who is sale all the time, 24/7. That's probably not gonna happen, but every time they're here working, they're working on the sale. And this idea really solidifies it. You know, like I said, these Dollar General pallets, I'm just opening a box and putting it on the sales floor. Now I'll dig through it. If there's higher value stuff, I'm saving it for the next sale. Like this pallet here is what I'm just filling up with the higher value stuff. But for the most part, we're just opening a box and putting it out there. If we organize it, that's gonna do a couple of things. I'm talking have her sit on one truckload of Dollar General for a month and really organize it well. That's going to allow us to, first off, have more stuff on the higher dollar days. Like this, for instance, this is a great example. This would have sold on probably $3 or $5 day. I'm perfectly content selling it for $1 today. It will get put out today and sold for $1. But of course, we would make more money if we would put it out on a higher dollar day. But additionally, having everything sorted, so it looks like this. Look, it's a box of socks. So it's somewhat organized on dollar day. That's going to get people in and out much faster, and therefore is going to have sales higher, because more customers means more sales. Like I said, our average transaction right now is higher than the last one. Let me grab that paper. We are $5. You can't really see in here. Let's come out here. So we are, so ignore today, that's just projected numbers, $33.39 compared to $29.60. So that's about $4 more per transaction. Extrapolate that over all of our customers, plus potentially another 100 customers. That's going to increase by, I don't know, $4,000 or $5,000. So, and this has room to grow even, especially if it's organized. So we could easily be doing, let me pull out my calculator. If we just do the average transaction currently, let's see. Average transaction is $33.39 times 351 customers we had on the last sale. There'll be 11,007. So that's minus 85.47. That's an extra $3,100 just in one day. $3,100. So obviously, it makes sense to pay out the salary to do that. This is one thing that a lot of people don't realize. When you have a business, you have to analyze the numbers. I'm a numbers guy. I'm always looking at the numbers. You have to analyze the numbers, find a way to pivot and adapt and grow. Because if you're not growing, you're dying. It's the sad truth of it with business. You can make the same amount of money every month, month over month, year after year, but that dollar is worth less every year because of inflation. So that means you're making less every year. So you always want to be growing. And then, of course, the more money, the better. But just some thoughts in my head here. Something to consider. And one other thing, we are falling behind even further on sales. It is 11:17, so 17 minutes ago I ran the numbers and we were like $300 below. With that projection, we would be $300 below the projection that I did at 10:30 or something like that. So I'm gonna get back to work and put more stuff out. One more thing. If you look at October, that's the second line. We only did $5,600. We had the normal amount of customers, but look at how low spending was, despite there being a lower one even. But less customers, lower spending, lower sales. Why was that one so bad? That's when I had COVID and missed the second half of the warehouse sale. So aside from the fact that me being the absolute genius that I am is gone, also we were understaffed. So they were, it was just Tim and Eli working that day. We have 4 people today, and we're still, well, we're not really struggling, but we're at capacity as far as what we can do. So having only 2 people, 1 person gone, that definitely affected the whole latter half of that sale. We did like 50 grand that sale. The one before we did almost 70. The one after we did over 70. So obviously you can see there was an anomaly there. And one final thought, that is not a report from Square. I pulled the numbers from Square and put it into Excel and did all that myself. So don't ask me where to find that report because it doesn't exist. So Tim put that cart out there with all what's left of the Amazon returns, and it is getting swarmed. So we're just gonna leave it there until people clear it all out. And then we don't need to stock it. So this back room is definitely clearing out quite a bit. Remember, there were pallets all along the wall, and all of those came out to about even with that red cart all the way across. So making a judgment call here, we are nearing the halfway point of the day. I'd like to get all of this loose stuff out. This last pallet is Christmas. So other than that, from here, that's 2 pallets deep, 2 pallets deep, 2 pallets deep. Of course, they're not full, but you can see here. As well as, that's Christmas, but pretty much everything on the floor here and in that corner on the other side of the cardboard. This we're saving for summer. That's Christmas. That's Christmas toys. We've got a little bit here. Some random boxes throughout here. That's just a box of random stuff. I gotta go through that. What's up here? Empties. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get to it, but this was a $1 pallet too. I think we'll save that for the next one. But basically the idea is all this loose stuff or processed pallets other than Christmas or summer, I'd like to get out today. Which would leave us with, someone's buying 2 of these pallets. He had to reschedule for Sunday, but he is buying 2 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it was 12. I did that wrong, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's right. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is also, I think we went through this a little bit, maybe. Or no, this is when we were sorting. And I needed to make space. I just stacked it all on here. There could be $10 stuff on here. But that's 12 pallets. So he's picking up 2. So that'll leave us with 10 untouched pallets. How many did we start with? We got 26 from Dollar General. Plus I have 5 left over from the previous sale. And then I had 5 that I bought separately. So it's 36 pallets. Subtract 12. That means we'll have gone through 24 pallets of Dollar General. I don't know. So my thought process was, all of these will be saved for the next sale, and then we won't need Dollar General for the next sale. But we went through 24 pallets. Assuming all of this gets gone through, we'll have gone through 24 pallets. That's too shy of a truckload. I don't know if we can make it work with just 10 or even 12 if I cancel that guy's purchase. So yeah, we'll probably still need to buy a Dollar General load for the next sale. So you never know what you're gonna find people leaving behind outside. All right, and with these boxes about to go out, we cleared this whole space. Let me step back so you can see how open it is now. We're getting there. So over here, these are tagged, they're not going out. We have to go through this box. We had a leak, so I haven't even touched it. Then we got these, a couple of these are Christmas. We got those over there. And we still have that run. And then we're basically done. So I'm enjoying the nice weather outside, responding to comments and messages about the sale. Most of them are, what are your hours? What's your address? Anyways, I feel like I lost some brain cells responding to this person. First they said, what all do you have? And I gave her, we've got anything and everything, a huge variety, stuff from this store, that store, the other store, and yada, yada, yada. And I also said I urge you to check out our Facebook page. We post a live video walkthrough every morning so you can see what the tables looked like this morning when we opened, and we're still restocking. And then she says, do you have any laptops or TVs? No, we don't. Once again, I urge you to check out our Facebook page. You'll see what type of stuff we have, yada, yada, yada. And then I added that I continued, most of our items are between $1 and $35 retail, with most of them being in the $5 to $15 area. And I said, if you want to check out, on our Facebook page, we'll post when we have our next sale. The first day is going to be $10 day, and that's where we have higher value items. For instance, in this sale, we had items as high as $300-400, faucets and whatnot. She goes, well, that's a lie then. Your post says everything's $1. Everything is $1. It was 10 on Thursday the 11th. I feel like who ties your shoes in the morning? I don't think I'm responding to any of her questions anymore, because this is... You ever feel dumber just talking to someone? I mean, I'm sure a lot of you feel dumber just watching these videos. They're terrible, but some people are past the threshold of, I don't know. Maybe it's just been a long week. I don't know. So we've got half an hour left, and right now I'm trying to sort through the stuff that's already been processed. I'm doing a lot of the licensed stuff on its own. $2 day for the next sale, $1 day, but I'm also sorting health and beauty, party supplies that are licensed, like Paw Patrol or LOL, scented things, toys. So I'm sorting that way. And then over here, this is all the cheap stuff that I'm not even gonna put in the next sale. We're putting it out on bag day. So yes, we are still restocking on bag day. Stuff to just get rid of it, get it out the door, then we don't need to worry about it. I'm kind of considering saving all of those. It's all different flavored candy canes for Christmas, but I think we're gonna have enough on the Christmas stuff on those pallets. So we'll probably let them go on bag day. All right, quick video update before I go home. It's kind of a mess. We pulled all the Christopher and Banks pants that were left. We're gonna throw them up on eBay rather than bag day. We will be refilling this tomorrow. Candy should go really fast, except the candy corn. These will probably be clearing out very quickly, and we'll be able to condense and get some pallets. I've got one pallet of Home Depot stuff that's mostly junk, and then I've got one pallet or 2 pallets of poster board. A little surprised on this stuff. See, I might pull some of these plush because we were selling these even on $2 day. Not these ones specifically, but similar stuff, same store. I might dig through. There's a lot of these, and I think it's just because they were poorly displayed. I might go through and pull as many of these as I can quickly and easily find, especially the Imaginext. Any of these that are Badgers, I'm gonna pull. I'm not digging too deep in these. I'm just gonna grab, you know, quick little one of these and then grab what I see. These, I mean, there's 400 in here originally. There's probably 380 in here now. And most of the ones we give them to children who are crying, so we don't need to listen to them cry anymore. But I'm probably gonna leave those out because I still have another like 1,800 in the back. These I'm considering pulling. It's not like we really have a lot left. I haven't decided yet. We did sell most of these. It looks like there's 2 left. I've got a bunch of Christmas ones, which I had meant to put in there when those got low and forgot. Probably gonna pull these. Haven't decided yet. Makeup, we're leaving most of it out. These did surprisingly poorly. I might pull them anyway. Oh, we got more hand sanitizer here. What else? This is still Shopko. I'm gonna let that go. That's been here too long. Just kind of looking through here. Most of it, we leave it out. The socks, you know, they're $1 retail, so we're just gonna let them go. What else? The pencil lead, I'm in debate. We've had these in 2 sales now, and this is what's left. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that. There we go. I haven't decided if I'm gonna pull it or not. What is this? Prank gift boxes? I might pull those just for myself. What do we got here? What? Massage booties for a cat. And a rubber duck entertainment system. Yeah, I think I might have to keep some of those for myself. These I'm thinking about pulling. I'm in debate on these. They did not do so well, but I kind of want to pull them anyways. These I'm going to let them sell through. And that's pretty much it. I pulled this just for my own, for me. And I think that's going to be it. So, sales. We needed $6,204 to tie our best sale. We're like 17 bucks away. So as long as we do sell all this for 17 bucks, it'll be our best sale, despite today being so bad and yesterday being so bad, comparatively speaking. So it should be interesting. So I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna eat some chicken. And I'll be back tomorrow to close this video out. It is the final day. It is bag day. All of this stuff needs to go out. In here, we've got stuff that needs to go out. So Ben was digging through Dollar General, sorting pallets for each dollar amount. This is what he had designated for dollar day. Some of it went out, most of it didn't. Most of this is stuff like that. So we'll probably hold on to these, although that's gonna really fill up a bag, so maybe we will put it out. But we'll probably end up putting a lot of this out today as well. Also, now that I think about it, this pallet over here, not the cabinets, but this I believe is mostly Halloween and it's kind of in the way, so I'd like to just get rid of it. Might put that out today. We're gonna put this out today. Home Depot stuff, mostly kind of junk. This is all flip-flops, we're gonna put that out. And I think that's about it. So what's gonna happen is stuff is gonna clear out fast. So I'm gonna be in the back sorting through the pallets that we already processed just to pull out the low dollar stuff, just to try and get rid of it today. Tim and Eli, in addition to doing checkout, their job is to keep an eye on these boxes. You know, as people dig through these boxes, you're gonna have stuff like this, garbage. You know, this thing, I don't know where that went. I don't even know what it was. It was like some piece of clothing or something like that. So I'll just take that out now. But they're gonna wanna take trash out of these boxes, stuff like this, because these fill up with trash throughout the day. And so their job is to make sure there is none. Because trash will cover up the merchandise and people will just walk right past the boxes because they'll think it's just trash in it. So that is going to be their job today. So much trash already. Yeah. Probably just cut some of that off. So that is going to be their job while I go through this stuff. I can't believe there are shoes left. We did save, like these, we saved I think 4 cases because they're an assortment of sizes. I might pull at least 1 case of these, but they're all one size, so I don't need all of them. Clothing, we pulled the Christopher and Banks pants. We're gonna put those on eBay. We loaded up, I've got hundreds of this shirt, so I'm trying to get rid of them. I've also got a ton of these, but we're gonna wait until the summer sale to really try to move them, but we're gonna get rid of this pretty fast, I'm sure. You can see some stuff I've already pulled out of the boxes that I'm surprised didn't sell for $1, but that's basically their job. And then going through boxes that are nearly empty like this, tossing it into another box and pulling it. Now what we're gonna do, you know, normally we have more tables. Normally we've got extra runs of tables. What we'll probably end up doing is try to get rid of this run of tables, keep that one, and then get rid of this run of tables and keep that one. The tables along the side here we will keep even after they're emptied because it gives people a place to set their basket down and fill up their bags and whatnot. So it's nice to have that. But tables will empty off and we'll start breaking them down throughout the day. Oh, one more thing. These are going to sell fast. In fact, I might even be able to condense these now to get rid of one. And in their place, we're gonna put that blue tub that I showed you a minute ago. And then we're going to put, I've got 2 pallets of this poster board. 2 pallets of this, so we're gonna put this out. And we'll probably do like 20 packs or 20 sheets. Some of them are just individual sheets for $1. We're not gonna count them. If someone has like a handful like that, we're just gonna assume, yeah, it looks like about 20 and charge them $1 just because I wanna get rid of it. I do have a whole bunch of these. These are the tri-fold for like science fairs and whatnot. I don't know what I'm gonna do with those. I might put them out today. They'll be $1 each, but I'll probably end up with a lot left over. Maybe run back to school. We'll sell them. I don't know. So that is the plan. First thing I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna start pulling inventory that I don't want in this sale. I'm not going through every box. I'm just gonna look kind of on the top of boxes and a quick little dig for higher value stuff. And then most of the makeup is staying out. There is some that I'm gonna pull. So that's my project right now. Just stuff that I don't want to sell on bag day. But I'm excited to clear this place out. Ben is gonna come back on Monday and tomorrow, and he's gonna be very surprised at how empty this place is. Additionally, tomorrow, Monday, is when I close on my house. So I'm not gonna be here. So his job is just gonna be kind of clean up, breaking down boxes, mopping the floor, stuff like that. So this here's the bulk of what I'm pulling. We have 3 perfumes left. Maybe I'll put those back out. All the hand sanitizer, the Toys R Us gift cards we'll put on eBay is 1 lot. The rings, we got more here. These little pink hand cream things, we got more there. These masks, and you can't really see it, but the dental floss. And then these are just empty displays. So beyond that, I'm just gonna go through and look for big stuff like this next. And I think we're done pulling stuff. I think we're leaving all of this stuff in. I'm gonna pull some of these fake gift boxes just for myself. These we're gonna leave in. I've got a whole pallet of those. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. What else? These hair chalks, we've got a whole bunch of them. We're leaving those in. They didn't sell that well, so I'll let them clear them out. I'm undecided on these hand sanitizers. I've got a whole bunch more left, but my cost is 50 cents each. So that means if they put 10 of them in a bag, I'm at break even. I think you're gonna fit more than 10, but I might still leave them in anyways. All this little stuff, mostly Dollar General, we'll just leave that in. And that is pretty much it. You know, no one wanted my Swiffer sign, but the microwave sold at $1. It was a retail display. The socks I'm leaving in because they're priced at $1. So it's a tough sell, even on dollar day. I think I might pull some of this plush. What else? I'll leave those in. I've got a whole bunch more. We'll probably put some in the next sale and save some for Christmas. And I really don't see anything else that's worth really pulling other than maybe some individual items. And then here is all the Christopher and Banks pants that we pulled. A lot of these corduroy ones. So that will end up on eBay. So a couple things. When I'm pulling items, I'm considering 2 things. How much am I going to make on it on bag day? And how will I sell it otherwise? So like for the little hand creams, the little hand sanitizers, there's a great example. Those flew out the door at 2 for $1. And I actually found another box in the back that I forgot to put out. So we're just gonna put those out, same thing, 2 for $1 in the next sale where we will likely sell out. The little pink hand creams, that's one that I'm not sure if I'm gonna put it in the next sale or try to wholesale it off. The dental floss, that's something that, it was selling well. We just had a lot of it. So we're going to give it one more sale. If there's any left on the next bag day, it will sell on bag day. What else? Some of the higher dollar stuff, like that cart with the toys, it could be stuff that got put out right at the end of the sale, or might be buried in one of these bigger boxes. So we'll hold on to that. We're going to sell these. Let that whole thing go because we've got a ton left in the back. What else? I've got 2 boxes of Lucky Brand keychains. I'm kind of tempted to put them out for today, but I might wait. And then the other thing, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier in the video. If I did, well, you get to hear it again. I'm trying to save toys for Christmas. Now, I know it's only March, but when we get a lot of some type of toy, I'm trying to save at least a few cases for Christmas. I didn't even think to do it with the dinosaurs that we had earlier in the sale, but those Mr. Pop games, I've got 2 cases of those. These B-Dot cars, I'm gonna save a couple of cases of them. You saw me put together the 2 pallets of the toys that just came in the other day. up on the racks for Christmas. And the reason is because our last Christmas sale, we had a ton of toys, and it's because we got lucky, and I found a truckload of toys. That doesn't happen often. Usually you'll see toys, but they're gonna be super expensive. And as you saw with the last one, there wasn't really that truckload of toys. Even then, there wasn't a huge variety. So we're trying to save some from each load for Christmas, because that's what's gonna draw people in the doors, having a lot of toys. So, you know, when we get a lot of something, I'm saving at least a couple of cases for that. And so we'll have probably a good deal of toys around the holidays. The pencil lead is another bulk one that we're gonna leave out because we've had this in 2 different sales. I got this at, I think it was the Office Max in the East Town Mall that closed. We've had it in a whole bunch of sales. Someone's just gonna come and dump this into their bag. But, you know, it was in the last sale, it was in this sale, this is what's left, we'll let it go. Can openers, same thing. You know, they sell well at $1, and we sold through a lot of them. We're gonna let what's out go. I think I have 5 or 6 more cases in the back. And that's pretty much it. You know, this is gonna clear out fast. I know a lot of people are screaming, don't leave that in the sale, you're gonna get more for this or that and the other thing. My goal is to get rid of it today, not to make money. So if there's stuff that I wanna make money on, I'm gonna hold it back. You know, like this is decent stuff, and I'm a little surprised more of it didn't sell. But this came out of Shopco. We've had this for 2 years. I'd like to get rid of it because makeup does have a shelf life. You know, this Badgers stuff, let it go. It sat through the sale. The only exception that I might hang on to are the license plate covers. I might hang on to those. But I'm not gonna dig through every box to try and find every last one. If I see one on top like that, I'm gonna save it. All done pulling. So in addition to what I showed you right there, and then that box of plush, this is what I pulled. I decided to pull all of these prank gift boxes because I think these will do well around Christmas time. This one is my new favorite. No View Peripheral Blocking Eyewear. Or is it ensure you never have to deal with negative things happening around you? So, yeah, I'm keeping a couple of those, but selling the bulk of them. Some electronics in here, some of these Badgers license plates. This one really surprised me that it was still here. This is something we're probably going to put out on $10 day. And then a whole bunch of these. They're not worth a ton, but I could probably sell a lot of 3 of them for $10 on eBay. So I probably found 15 or 20. This I'm probably gonna snack on today. And then this here, I think these would have sold much better if we had them like this, rather than just a couple randomly in different boxes. You got Imagine X, you got Creo, I think that's all there are in here. There's various blind bags. I mean, we could probably put some of these out on $3 or $4 day. You know, like these tags are their clearance. They clearance them at $3.15, so it's probably $5 in the store. So we're gonna pull that. And that's it. So, you know, you really can't tell much. I did condense some of the boxes. I was going through some that were pretty empty. I didn't do it with all of them, but some of them I condensed. We have to fill in this area. Oh, I didn't look through this yet, so there might be a little bit more. But I mean, I looked through all of this and just had that little cart. So you might find a few more things along there. But this is stuff that I'm saving for myself, some snacks. I love these things, and Eli loves these things, so I'll probably take one home, put one box in the break room. I saved these. I wish there were more of these. I really wanted to save them for myself, but I decided to sell them. Some fun little Christmas gift tags. I like these little breath strips. What else? I gave that to Tim jokingly and said, hey, need a hand? Let's see, more gift tags. I saved these. I don't know what they're supposed to be, but they're weights of some sort. I would guess maybe about a pound each. Oh, you know what? They probably are for balloons, so the balloons don't fly away. But I figured they'd come in handy, and that looks pretty good. So I'm keeping that. So that's my probably bag and a half of stuff. And then there might have been a couple things that I threw in that cart of my own, like the Cheez-Its. So now I am going to look through that You didn't even see where I was pointing that. And then I'm going to start bringing more stuff out for bag day. What time is it? 5:49. So we do the video in about an hour and we open in about 2 hours. So it's 6:20 a.m. We open at 8 and I've been hearing voices for the past 45 minutes or so. I'm not going crazy. There's people lined up outside already. Isn't that exciting? I always forget, so it's absolute chaos when we first open on bag day. People trying to quick fill all the bags with the little stuff. I always forget to film that. So I'm gonna film that this time. Usually at best I have my camera up there doing a time lapse of people coming in, but I want the crazy. Well, there's about 8 people out there sitting in lawn chairs waiting to get in. None of them peeked it. Usually when I'm putting carts out and there's people waiting outside, they all want to peek their heads in and look around. They didn't want to do that this time. Not that I offer it, but so anyways, here's what we have for signage to put up. We're keeping the $1 each signs because if you buy an individual item, it is $1. We're also putting these up. I put these up later in the bag day last sale because people were, as I mentioned earlier, opening up all the underwear. So I'm gonna put those up again. Here, $1 per item, everything you can fit in a bag for $5. We've got rules. Must use the bags provided because you know someone's gonna come in with like a bag the size of a car and try and fill that up. Bags cannot be altered, split cut, or changed in any way, so people can't cut 2 bags in half and make 1 large bag or anything like that. They must be tied shut. Items cannot stick out of the bag. They must be contained within the bag. So anything sticking out of the bag is going to be $1 each. Sometimes we make exceptions, but for the most part, we don't. Fill as many bags as you like. We put that on there because a lot of people feel like they're only allowed to grab 1 bag. You know, people feel like it's too good to be true to be able to fill as many bags as they like. But our goal here is to empty the place out, not to help people with cheap stuff. You're welcome to double bags if they get too heavy. However, you cannot split bags. What that means is if you have some heavy stuff, like coins or bricks or something, is too heavy, you can't fill 2 bags halfway up and say, well, this is about 1 bag. I just didn't want to put it all in 1 bag because it's too heavy. That is not allowed, but you can double up the bags if needed because that doesn't increase the space or anything. And then rule 7 I added for this sale: do not remove items from packaging. If this rule is violated, we will ask you to leave. Hopefully that solves that issue. So these signs are gonna go up and we'll pretty much be ready to go. Oh, I have to put this in the register yet. Let's see how many cars are outside. So we go all the way down to there. And a whole bunch down there. Looks like some on the road as well. There's probably a good amount of people out there. I forgot my mask in the truck, so I have to go get that. We're pretty much ready to open. I did my video this morning at 7. So we do still have more stuff to stock out, but the stuff back here is done. All that's really left is that pallet that I showed you over there, the Ben stacked, and then the shoes and the poster board. So exciting. The calm before the storm. We open in 21 minutes. It's going to be absolute chaos. I filled in this area here. We've got bags scattered throughout. I might put a couple more baskets full of bags out. I need to bring a couple of cases of bags to have back here so they can refill from them. I'd like to empty this trash out. And yeah, that's pretty much where we're at here. I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. I'm tired. I did wake up at 4 o'clock this morning, not because I needed to, but because I went to bed super early yesterday. But that's all right. My last day having to get up super early. And hopefully this place will be empty by the time I leave today. So I'm a little bummed out for your sake, because normally it's a lot more chaotic when people come in. Like, you see people just going crazy, ripping stuff apart to fill their bags, and it's amazing to watch. In the last sale, we had like maybe 100 cans of tuna sitting in a box, and like 3 people were going at it, trying to empty all of it into their bags, and there wasn't much of that, but you did get kind of an idea of a calm day on bag day. Bag day, there's always some sort of spill. Today it was nail polish. Someone dropped one on the floor. They were very apologetic and everything, and most of it was actually contained in their bag. I'm assuming they must have just dropped their bag. And she said she was still going to buy the bag and clean the stuff off when she gets home. And only had to clean up a couple little dribbles on the floor, so that wasn't so bad. But now that whole area there smells like acetone. So I'm doing a little design work. This was our Facebook cover before. Actually, I updated it when we had dates set, but this was it. And this is the new Facebook cover. Odd that it's a different size. Well, I'll figure it out once it's actually launched. And then this is the post that we're gonna do when we're sold out. All of these I made on Canva. I am not a graphic designer. I really mention them enough where they should sponsor me. What do you guys think? Here's the cover photo we've been using since we had dates set, so for about a month now. And I highly recommend getting a laminator. These are not expensive. I got this one on a pallet, but they're like 40 bucks. I use this thing all the time, and you can see how easy it is. I just slip this inside this laminating pouch, and it just runs through and looks great. I'm gonna put this on the door for the next couple of weeks. We're not sold out yet. I'm just being ready for when we do sell out. I'm gonna put it on the door for the next couple of weeks, so I don't want it to get all waterlogged or anything in case it rains. Because we will have people for the next couple of weeks coming to the sale, even though our dates are posted in every post. But once this is done, I will show you how it looks. All right, here we go. I'm gonna cut the edge off. I'm gonna turn this off. I'll cut the edge off because this is smaller than a sheet of paper. This is made so you've got an edge like that around a regular size sheet of paper. But then we'll hang it on the wall or on the door. I don't know why it's curled. Usually they're not curled. Oh, you know why? I know why they're curled, because I was pulling it up like this. Well, it was still probably malleable. Nonetheless, some tape will fix that when we put it on the wall. I keep saying wall, when we put it on the door. And this is so people don't keep trying to knock on the door and stuff. So we just got rid of the last 2 pallets of clothing. Look at all this trash that was at the bottom. Those were out for 3 days. Oh, right, that's not trash. Eli, you missed something. But basically all trash. It is noon, and we got rid of one of the rows of tables here. Creates a little larger aisle. We'll probably lose another one in a minute. All right, we are almost cleared out. So we have a bunch of this thickener for beverages for old people, and Eli tried it. What'd you think?
It was not very good.
It was not very good. Did you try the pudding level?
Yeah, that's what I'm on.
That's pudding consistency.
Went ultimate pudding levels
Took away the flavor of water.
Took away the flavor. Water doesn't have a flavor.
Made it more plain.
tastes like Fox River.
Tastes like the Fox River?
Yeah. Contaminated.
Contaminated. Well, we're just about done here. We're letting the last couple of people shop, and we'll be closed. So being that we're almost done, we're basically all outside enjoying the nice weather. Tom, yeah, this is Tom, new employee. He just started.
Tom's not real.
Tom's not real. Oh, we got another customer coming in. So it's the next day. We're pretty much all emptied out. I sold everything that was left for 50 bucks, and it was probably my favorite sale. I mean, they filled like 4 minivans. But now there's so much less that I need to do to clean up. Oh, it's just empty. So now all I have to do is take care of this trash. Even they didn't want the candy corn. It was free because they already paid for everything and they didn't want the candy corn. But it saves us, you know, a day of cleaning up. Turns a day of work into half an hour of work, picking up all this trash. So well worth it. I wonder why they didn't want those. Oh well. So haul out the trash, clean up the floor, and we'll be ready for the next sale. And while they were hauling all that out, we've been breaking down cardboard. We've got stairs again.